Hello Libra, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Souls 1111. I'm doing some astro readings for you guys. Where is that deck gone? I'm trying to put these cards back. I thought it'd be really interesting to dig a bit deeper into your connection by your sun sign. You can also cross watch for your Venus rising or moon if your moon is in Libra. So we're going to look at both energies. I'm going to choose cards for both the masculine and the feminine. We're going to see what's happening in your connection, how each of you is thinking or feeling, and of course get some guidance for you moving forward. So I'm going to use a different deck for each of you, and I'm going to use this Viceversa Tarot to get some insight into the significators and the connecting energies between you. So I don't use reversals in this deck because, as you can see, they are reversible. So there's two sides. So if they come up reversed, I'm going to turn them upright. Do you know what? I've just done the Gemini reading and I used a deck of oracle cards and they've actually vanished. It's the weirdest thing. Oh no, there they are. I'm just being a plonker. Okay, so guys, I've got a free guided meditation going on over on Facebook this week. It'll be about 40 minutes. It's focused on self-love and surrender to self. Surrender to what is. So if you're struggling at the moment, you might find that really useful. You can head over to my Facebook group. There's a link in the description box below and on my community page, and join us. That guided meditation, it's free of charge. You'd be very welcome. There are also just 2 or 3, I think, of my special offer readings left. I'm giving away the 30-minute tarot reading, which is usually £55 to my readers, my viewers, for £30. So it's called 30 for 30. It's just a token of my appreciation for your support, for your subscriptions, for your likes and views. I appreciate you guys so much. Your interaction, engagement really helps to keep my channel going. So if you're interested in that, you can also find information about it and the coupon code on my community page. And you can book online via my website, which is happysouls1111.com. I've just announced some new classes as well. Mediumship class, connecting with your spirit guides, and also a surrender class, which is a 12-week long course to guide you towards full surrender and acceptance, to help you rebalance the energies within your connection. I'm very excited about that one. Go and check it out. Okay, let's get this reading on the road. Libra, what's happening in your connection? Right, Divine Feminine. We've got the 9 of Cups. It's not clear with these cards often which is the light or dark version, but I'm thinking that's the light aspect. For the masculine, we've got the Hermit. So we'll get more for the connecting energies in a moment. Let's pull out the cards for the individual energies. So the Divine Feminine on the left, what's happening in her energy regarding this connection? We've got 4 of Cups, 2 of Cups reversed, and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. How's she thinking and feeling about this connection? Wow, this came up in the exact same spot for Gemini. So if Gemini is in your moon, rising or Venus, you might want to cross-watch that one. We've also got the Queen of Cups in reverse and the King of Swords. And how do you need to move forward, Libra? We have got the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, the 2 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. Right, let's see what's going down with the masculine. What's happening in his energies regards to this connection? Oh, that really wanted to come out. That's the Hangman in reverse. The 8 of Wands. Oh, and another. And the 8 of Cups. What's he thinking and feeling about the connection? The Sun in reverse. The Ace of Wands in reverse. And the Queen of Swords in reverse. Wow, another 3 fell out for how to move forward. We've got the King of Wands. Oh, there's 4. We'll keep them all. The 8 of Swords in reverse. The 9 of Swords. And the 5 of Wands in reverse. Very interesting. There's a lot of 8s here. So a lot of lessons that he's cycling through at the moment, repeating the same lessons as well. Feeling him going round and round and round and round. And of course he's in Hermit energy. Right, connecting energies. The Magician. The 10 of Pentacles. And the Page of Wands. Libra, Libra, Libra. Libra, I feel like you, Divine Feminine, you know, you're in this very self-focused 9 of Cups energy. And this is really about, you know, emotionally being very contained and happy with your independence. It's interesting to note the masculine's also in this 9, this Hermit energy, this period of self-reflection. But for the feminine, that, you know, I'm going to be honest, I don't sugarcoat this stuff. There is this feeling of having lulled yourself into a false sense of security because, you know, despite perhaps affirming and telling yourself, you know, that you're very comfortable and happy alone. I do see with this 2 of Cups in reverse that you're currently rejecting this connection. You know, you're also missing an opportunity for change, growth and expansion. I'm feeling also that you may be focused on someone else. We've got the 3 of Pentacles in reverse down here. So there may be a third party involved in your connection that you're currently focused on. And you're rejecting this connection with your masculine primarily because you feel left out in the cold. You feel rejected and, you know, like it wasn't going anywhere. It was, you know, it was a dead end is how it felt. So I do feel like, you know, you've been working really hard to step into your own power and to ignore this connection. And it's misguided because you're missing this opportunity for growth and change. I feel like you've not just disconnected from your masculine, you've actually disconnected possibly from the journey and the healing. You may not have watched readings like this in quite a while. And if you've been drawn to this one today, there's a reason for it. Okay, it's to get you back on track. So there really is a feeling here of missing something. There's this beautiful gift of an opportunity for beautiful transformation and change, but you've been very focused on, you know, other stuff, too consumed with what's going on in you know, with the rest of your kind of world and existence. For the masculine, again, he's in this also very independent energy. But, you know, the Hermit's a lot more withdrawn, whereas the 9 of Cups, you know, he's waiting. The guy in this card is waiting for all his friends to arrive at the party. You know, this is the moment he's taken just before everyone arrives to really have a think about how far he's come and how great he's feeling and how good life is. So there's not that same indication of withdrawal from social groups and relationships that is indicated with this Hermit card. I do feel like your divine masculine is really in a deeply contemplative place. But with the Hangman in reverse here, he's not yet reached that higher perspective, but he's making fast progress. And I feel a lot of this is about really bringing his masculine and feminine energies back into balance. This is such an interesting card. You can see these ladies, there's 4 of them marching forward, which is interesting for a number 8 card. And despite the rapid forward movement, there's 2 snails at the top, which I hadn't noticed before, which are of course steady and slow. The moon is red, which is about grounding your intuition, grounding his spiritual connection. But I'm really feeling like with these 4 figures, You know, this is representative of moving towards balance and harmony with the light and dark aspects of self, masculine and feminine energy. So he's definitely on his way. The Eight of Cups also reminds us of that, you know, that's going on that inner journey. And of course, there's a lot of eights in this reading for the masculine. 8 is an infinite number. It keeps coming back in on itself. And that's mirrored here in the Magician card with this infinity symbol above his head. So I do feel like there's, you know, like there's an indication here of both of you making a beautiful new beginning. But the feminine is, her new beginning is focused outside of the connection, whereas the masculine is focused on some kind of internal, inward exploration journey. But both of you, this is a powerful new beginning, and there's a lot of confidence and excitement surrounding manifesting what you want. This is a powerful time of change and new beginnings for you both and your connection. So even though you may feel somewhat detached, you guys are probably in separation right now with these two nines. You know, these are good vibes. Things are moving in the right direction. And that's a powerful lesson, because quite often when we think nothing's happening is when, you know, all of the energies and stars are aligning to actually move us forward. Because we're moving through, you know, these cycles of change and learning. But Divine Feminine, I really do feel, I mean, in terms of what you're thinking and feeling, we've got the Queen of Wands reversed, Queen of Cups reversed, and the King of Swords upright. And this really indicates to me that you are in distorted feminine energy, that you've detached from your spiritual self. You've stopped indulging and focusing on your diligent self-love practices. What's really interesting here as well is you've got this cup and this butterfly, which is represented here. There's so many butterflies in these cards. Pardon me. I've got such a tickly cough. I'm still not 100%. I want to show these to you all together. Look, there's butterflies in all of them. This is the only one that's upright where you're ignoring that offer. This is the one that's reversed. You know, this connection can bring powerful change. This is also reversed. Change represented through the inner child. And that cup. I'm so sorry. Bear with me one moment. I'm just going to have a drink. Right, that's better. So I do feel like, you know, there's a pattern here of you ignoring these opportunities for powerful change, ignoring your healing, not responding to triggers, not facing the truth of this connection. I feel like instead you've stepped into this King of Swords energy where you've decided, I'm going to be all sensible and logical about this. You know, the truth is, it's never going to work. And of course, you've got all this dark cloud here. And Swords is all about mental clarity, okay? There's no emotion here. And it's also very masculine energy, because this is about taking control, yeah? But this is a distorted truth. I feel like you're feeling like, I know what I need to do. The truth is, it's never going to work. And I need to take control, and I need to just forget everything. And I'm so sorry. And again, with this Queen and Wands and Queen of Cups, you know, these are really distorted feminine energies. You're not feeling your spiritual self. You're not allowing yourself to connect with the astral communication, perhaps, and the self-love, the unconditional love for self and for your twin. I'm so sorry. It's really pissing me off now. I'm so sick of being ill. I apologise. Right, let's hope that's cleared. Oh, God, I feel like I'm burning up as well after that coughing fit. So, distorted feminine energy stepped into this very masculine. I'm taking control. You know, I'm going to write the way forward. I'm going to decide I'm not having this anymore. I'm not going to allow myself, you're being very balanced and Libra about it. I'm not going to allow myself to be caught up in this romance and spiritual nonsense, okay? I'm going to be really pragmatic. The masculine, I feel, is actually in a similar energy. He's probably younger than you, I'm feeling, because, these are quite immature energies that are coming through for me. We've got the sun reversed. He's certainly feeling quite low and depressed through this period of withdrawal, solitude and self-reflection. He's not grasping that spiritual connection. It's not flowing. He's doing the self-reflection, but he's not yet connected with the power of spirit. And for the Queen of Swords to come up reverse, you've got the King of Swords here, bear in mind. Yeah, so there's also an imbalance of energies here. Perhaps we've got masculine over here, feminine over here, and this has already come up for him in terms of balancing his masculine and feminine. But, this is quite a dark card. You've got a lot of darkness, a lot of cloud. And I really feel like, for this to be reversed for me is a temper tantrum. This is someone that's feeling really bitter and resentful and hard done by and let down. So it could be that, in you having, embraced your own independence and said, I'm not doing this, he's very much been triggered. He feels really abandoned and rejected. It's interesting that this is where you were, okay, but you've taken control back. You're feeling in control now, and he's the one that's feeling bitter and abandoned and rejected. What's really interesting about this is the connecting energy is 10 of Pentacles. Deep down, you both want to be together. You both want that happy family. And this 10 of Pentacles, we actually see a couple stood before, the king, presumably asking permission for marriage, to make their relationship official. So this is the undercurrent. These are the emotions and feelings that you both share that you aren't acknowledging or, being true to yourselves about. In terms of how you need to move forward, Divine Feminine, I do think a big part of this for you is that you've probably sought solace and a happy distraction in a new partner. And I hate to give really direct advice about this, but as I said, if you've not watched readings for a while and this is really resonating for you, and this is the case, you've been involved with someone else which has helped take your mind off your twin, this card is coming up reversed. In terms of what do you need to do to move forward, we're getting the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. And this could be someone at work, because the 3 of Pentacles can indicate teamwork. But you do need to make a decision. This is coming up blocked. This is something that's blocking you that you need to address, but you need to make a decision. This is the 2 of Wands. This is about, putting your stake in the ground and saying, this is what I've decided, I'm doing it. And there's also, this really does look like a number 11, those 2 batons. You've also got the 7 of Pentacles, which is about investing and being patient. In the 7 of Pentacles, I always say this when this card comes up, the day you plant the seed is not the day that you pick the fruit. And you see someone here, this lovely little panda, patiently fishing for more coins. And you really have to be patient. This card's asking you to be diligent, to invest, to sow the seeds and trust that, you're gonna feel the benefits and the rewards of that investment of your time later. For the masculine, we've got the King of Wands. We've got the 8 of Swords in reverse. We've got the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Wands in reverse. So he's really being called to step into his spiritual power, to connect this inner self-reflection he's doing with spirit. And, with the 8 of Swords in reverse, he's really being pushed to drop the blindfold, to release self-limiting beliefs, and to confront his anxiety, to understand that it's not, there were strong indications of him being anxious and depressed here, but he doesn't have to be defined by that. And also to release conflict with that 5 of Wands in reverse. The guidance that connects both of you is this Page of Wands energy. And this is very light-hearted, very playful messages. Okay, this is opening the lines of communication in a very gentle, playful way, so no one's going to get too twitchy and worried about kind of what's happening. So he's feeling pretty burned by the lack of communication. Divine Feminine, I do feel like you're in a place of strength and you may be quite reluctant to make yourself vulnerable again. But one of you needs to break the ice, because Divine Feminine, there's beautiful, powerful change, unconditional love for self and others that awaits you when you step back into this journey. And he really has got the wherewithal to actually move forward with this. He's trying. You know, there's so many 8s here. He's not got the full picture yet. He's still not in the best place. I feel he's younger, okay? But he probably needs your guidance and your support. And I know that's going to trigger you. You're going to feel like, well, what about my guidance? What about my support? You know, who's taking care of me? It's always so one way. And I get it. I really, really do get it. And of course, I want to remind you that you can't love him unconditionally until you have that for yourself. So I truly understand that frustration you feel. But just allow yourself to at least be friends, to enjoy something playful and platonic at this stage, because it will really help both of you grow. So we're going to get some oracle cards as well to support the messages that are coming forward. Simple acts of kindness for the Divine Feminine. Actions speak loudly for the masculine. You are limitless, which is really beautiful. Structure, wow, there's so many syncs between this and the Gemini reading. Please do go and watch it if you have Gemini in any of your other houses, or in your rising moon or Venus. Let's get some surrender cards as well. We've got structure and truth up here. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Surrender defensiveness for the masculine. And the connecting energy is surrender to rest and sleep. Now, I know this sounds like I'm contradicting the cards' meanings, but as soon as this came up, you know, this one says simple acts of kindness, and here it says surrender the habit of people pleasing. And, you know, I said to you just a moment ago that you're frustrated that he's not reciprocating, but this card's asking you to speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. First of all, it's not your job to make him happy. I'm just saying that by working together, you can develop and grow in a different way on this journey. But simple acts of kindness, it says kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. And whilst, you know, overgiving is a sign of, you know, not loving self unconditionally, you are the kind of person that gets a buzz and joy and satisfaction from being kind, from being that giving person. And I feel like because you got so pissed off with overgiving, you've actually swung to the opposite extreme of not giving anything, yeah? This isn't being appreciated, so I'm just going to pull back everything. What you're actually being asked to do is to give in a balanced way, yeah? And to give for the sake of giving, not because you're expecting it to be reciprocated or because you want something back. That's not giving. That's emotional manipulation. That's doing something because you expect a specific result rather than giving for the sake of being generous and just energizing yourself and bringing you happiness. There's also a need here to step out of your boundaries somewhat. I feel like you've tightened them up a little bit too much, that you're on the inside looking out. Because before, again, you were on the outside looking in. You felt left out in the cold. So now you've kind of absolutely contained yourself and you're refusing to kind of, you know, move that very firm boundary. But you're being guided to just step outside of it sometimes, just to allow yourself to kind of, you know, get reacquainted with those energies. And to find a much more balanced equilibrium with that. For the masculine, we've got actions speak loudly and truth. And I really think, like it says here, expressing your love through actions and truth. And I really feel like you may get some kind of loving communication or truth from him when you engage. That's not to say this is why you should get back in touch. But I do feel like he may not come forward with a verbal expression of his feelings, but this time he's paid attention and he knows he needs to reciprocate more equally. And you should see this demonstrated in his actions, because he knows the truth now. He knows that you hold his heart, and this terrifies him. You know, I do think he's very defensive. It says here, surrender defensiveness. It's a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. And this has probably been part of his problem, that, you know, when you've called him out on his lack of reciprocation, his lack of effort, he's just been really shitty and immature about it. So, you know, that's something he's working on. He's recognizing the truth of this situation and how, you know, this connection has come to a close as a result of his lack of reciprocation. You are limitless is a beautiful card to come up for you too. And remember, we have the Magician here, is all about manifesting. And this is a powerful reminder that, you know, you can move forward. You can do anything you choose in this journey, and you're still going to be moved towards that balance and harmony of union energies, towards love. That's why you're here. That's why you've met your twin. So don't give yourself, you know, a hard beating for having stepped away. You've not wasted any time. Everything has its divine purpose. You know, you're obviously meant to have this time alone. You were meant to have these lessons. He was meant to feel your absence, but you have to trust that there is a way forward. It says here to surrender to rest and sleep. And I really feel like this is where you can perhaps reconnect the intimate connection between you through the astral planes first. It says honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body and spirit. So this really may help you open up again, divine feminine, if you don't feel ready to reach out or to connect with him in the 3D, although I do feel that communication is coming. So I'm going to pull one of these out just as a final card. A little bit of guidance to leave you on your way with. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do like, share and subscribe. Hit the little notification button, the bell next to the subscribe button. It really does help my channel to grow when you like and subscribe. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Of course, if you want to book a private reading with me, you can do that at Happy Souls 1111. And Divine Feminine, given your status at the moment, you might be interested in my surrender class or even my mediumship class, so you can connect to spirit. And, you know, I feel like you've got so much joy from that before, and you've abandoned it, this spiritual journey, because you've abandoned him, and it felt safer to just kind of close down spiritually. But there's so much joy awaits you. Right, we've got two fall out for you. Look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way, and playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember that love is the greatest healer. So certainly for him, he's looking inside. I think you need to do the same. And that really affirms the advice I gave you about how to move forward. Playfulness. Thank you so much, Libra. See you next time. Bye-bye.